With presidential elections in 2009 and the Football World Cup in 2010, South Africa already had a busy agenda. Internal political strife followed by the worldwide credit crunch has added extra tension. On the 29th of September, rocked by spreading panic on world stock markets, the Johannesburg Stock Exchange suffered its worst losses in a decade.
Certainly some sectors have taken a bigger hit than others. For example, commodities. It's no secret that things like platinum have come down substantially from their highs. Gold has come down. Oil is busy at the moment coming down as well. So certainly resource stocks have taken a knock. Our financials, in sympathy with the rest of the world.
Fallout from the US subprime crisis has left its mark. Certain financial institutions and alternative funds in the country were affected by bankruptcies among US companies at the heart of the bursting real estate bubble. But there are exceptions.
From the banking point of view in South Africa, we have not had to resort as a country to a bank bailout package or a credit extension package either. That is principally due to the fact that our banks are well capitalized. And there, I guess, our exchange control regulations protected us to a large degree from being exposed to those subprime assets which proved to be very problematical.
That hasn't stopped the growing uncertainty spreading from financial institutions to the economy at large, from the banks to the small businesses. Consumer spending, one of the pivots of the South African economy, could in turn be affected. A scenario that is a concern for companies consulted by Deloitte auditors.
3% of the polled participants expect the economic climate to deteriorate in the next 12 months. I think on the other side of the coin of that, there is definitely some upside in that 60% of respondents are intending to raise funds in the next 12 months.
The situation was already complicated for South African companies before the credit crunch. With banks now increasingly reluctant to lend, it's hard to see where the money will come from. At Credit Guarantee, a company providing insurance for companies, economists are bracing themselves for a wave of bankruptcies.
We haven't detected a very sharp deterioration due specifically to the financial turmoil of late. But with South African interest rates having increased by almost 50% over the last 2 years, we've felt that pressure increasing through the pipeline. So there's definitely been a deterioration in business conditions and in business defaults as a consequence of that.
The country also suffers due to its position as a leader on the sub-Saharan continent. When investor confidence is shaken, national currencies are the first to suffer. No exception to the rule, the South African rand has been severely weakened.
Obviously, the weak rand at the moment is going to aid our commodity bases, but on the other side of the coin, unfortunately, we're all well aware of the slump we've had in commodity prices.
Exporters don't stand to gain from the weakened rand. The government is pinning its hope on the stabilising effect of the country's budgetary reserves. Government intervention has come under fire from the widely supported COSATU union that is calling for investments in the social domain.
Well, we understand that the budget surplus has already been spent, partly on the wages of public sector workers. Our main demands remain. We want to see policies which will create jobs, reduce unemployment, and thereby reduce poverty.
The financial crisis is oil on the political fire. With the forced resignation of President Thabo Mbeki, the ANC split, and the creation of a new party, there are now divisions over public spending and poverty reduction. Burning issues that will certainly dominate the debate in the electoral campaign.